So here we are back in our Blackboard. I have changed my banner to something a little more appropriate. This is just an image, 100 pixels high. Just made that on the Mac in preview. And once again, to change that, come down here to teaching style, select banner. Okay, so let's go back to the home page. We've cleaned the home page up. Now we're going to adjust this menu and start adding some content. Okay, so this is your content area here. Basically, it's just a menu that goes to pages that have things on them that you can use. Now, there's a lot of stuff on here that the students can look at, but only if you decide to use it. So we can get rid of most of this stuff. So I'm going to get rid of the assessments by clicking the little drop down triangle there and hitting the delete button. Delete the content. We'll go to, let's just get rid of most of this stuff, and then we'll add anything back we don't want. Okay, so let's delete this one. Delete. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the syllabus and assignment. I'm going to keep the tools here for right now. I'll explain why in a little bit. And I'll go ahead and leave the grades there. That way when the students look at this, this is what they'll see. They'll see a link back to the home page, which is this. They'll see an easy link to the syllabus. I'll show you how to install that in a second. And the I'll show you the tools will be a few things we use. The help, we could probably get rid of that. And the grades, so they can go look at their grades. If you decide to use the grading in this Blackboard. Let's exit the preview. Okay. All right, let's look at this. Let's click on the syllabus. You're going to see I have an old thing here, so I'm going to go in and if you have anything there, you can just delete that. So once again, this little gray triangle here, click and just delete it. And let's put a new thing in there. So we're going to see that in here we can do some things. So we have tools, partner content. This is all that stuff that adds a lot of complexity here. But if we go into build content, what couple of things in here are really useful. But I want to keep it as simple as possible. So the two things I'm going to kind of focus on are item and blank page. Now these give you a lot of useful flexibility that you can just put in your own stuff, really easy. Okay, so let's do item. So what item is going to give us is a basic word processor field here. So we're going to name this. I'm just going to call this demo syllabus. Okay. Now I can go find a syllabus like my spring syllabus here, and I can copy this from anywhere. Here's a PDF I made from my website, so I'm just going to grab this and select it. Once again, this is as complicated or as simple as you want to make it. Remember, it's all about the content rather than the presentation. And I'm just gonna paste that. We'll see what it looks like. All right. Well, it kept the formatting, which is good. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that. It's got the format. Once I'm done with that, and I have everything in there I want, I'm going to click submit. And this is what this is going to look like. So when the student goes to see this, so we go into the preview, goes to the syllabus, it's going to just be right there for them to look at. They can scroll through it. It resizes depending on the page size, and it should resize for mobile devices as well. If you notice what I just did there, you can collapse and reveal this menu on the side by clicking on it. Okay, so let's exit preview. So we've got our syllabus. Now if we click on assignment, so that was using the item. So the item puts an item in here, and the item is in this frame, and we can also shrink that, hide and reveal it. But it's just an item there. Let's go into assignments and try something else. We're going to, it's this side, instead of an item, let's add a blank page. So now it's going to look basically just like the item looked, but it's going to come up as a page. So I'm going to call this demo assignment 1, and I'm just going to go over to my website. Now this works really well from the web. So if you have your material already on your website, you can copy and paste it in with almost no problem. So I'm going to, and notice I selected the images as well. So I'm going to copy that, go back to there, and go into this text field and just paste. And lo and behold, it inserts the images for you. Everything is pretty well formatted. I'm just going to hit submit, and then we'll take a look at this. So you see this looks just like an item, really. And if I click the disclosure, nothing happens. But when I click on this, it takes me to another page. Actually, let's go back in this preview so we can see what it actually looks like. Demo assignment. You see it's slightly different. It doesn't have its own kind of item space. It's a separate page under the assignments. Now, it doesn't show up in the menu, but it shows up. So it fills that page up very nicely. And if I go back to assignments, you can see it. So I can populate this with as many assignments as I want. Okay, that was how to upload some content pasting from a web page, which is really easy. Now the second easiest thing to do, in my opinion, we'll do that for a second assignment, is to add in a PDF file. So we've talked about item and blank page. So the next one we'll look at is file. So this will accept just about any kind of file. The reason I think PDF works pretty well is that it allows the PDF to pop up in the browser. You don't need any extra outside things. Most browsers are configured to accept and read PDFs. So I typed a name in there. Now I'm going to browse my computer, and I have a PDF here of an assignment sheet, and I'm just going to select that, hit submit. Now I can turn off edit mode so we can kind of see what it looks like. So now this is the first one I did, the demo assignment page, pasted from the web. The demo assignment PDF drops down like this, so we end up with a PDF viewer that's separate, but has all your images in it. And then also you can open this one in your web browser default PDF viewer like that. So it works both ways. That works pretty well. So if you already have your assignments kind of ready for printing, this works pretty well. And the third way of doing this is to go into, let's put a new, let's turn edit mode back on. We'll go in and do another blank page, but this time we'll actually have to fill this out. So if you just had some text, so if I go into, let's say, pages, and I have this assignment, So you're going to see that this it's the same in Word, I believe. So if I copy everything out of the Pages doc, including the images, copy and paste, the images don't show up. The text does. So you have to use the images separately. In order to do that, you come to this little button here. That's an image button. What you do is click there, and then you have to go browse your computer, find the images, and one by one insert those images like that. So it becomes a little more tedious. That's going to allow them to be in line. Notice I didn't name that one and it came up new page. So same idea as the first one, but the images have to be inserted one by one like that. There's a few other techniques, but those are the kind of the straightforward ones. So now we have a syllabus that just pops up, ready to go. We have some assignments, and in the next video we'll talk a little bit more about tools, and I'll show you some stuff about calendars, and we'll add some more things.